Commander Zethkar flexed his forearms as he studied the tactical display aboard the Shadowclaw. The human outpost on Kepler 442c looked pathetically vulnerable. A small research station with minimal defensive systems, housing no more than 30 humans according to their scans. It would be a simple raid, a quick strike to gather intelligence on human technology before the main fleet arrived. "Sir, we're detecting only basic energy shields and a handful of kinetic weapons," reported his tactical officer, Vexim. "The humans appear to be mining some kind of crystalline formations in the nearby caves." Zethkar's mandibles clicked with satisfaction. The Krillian Empire had underestimated humans for too long. These soft pink creatures had somehow managed to spread across dozens of star systems, but they were clearly no match for superior Krillian tactics. This outpost would prove it. "Deploy assault teams Alpha through Delta," he commanded. "Disable their communications first, then capture as many alive as possible for interrogation." The dropships descended through Kepler 442c's thin atmosphere like metallic meteors. Zethkar watched through the helmet feeds as his warriors, each standing, nearly 8 feet tall with chitinous armor and razor-sharp claws, surrounded the modest human facility. The outpost's dome structures looked almost quaint, connected by transparent tunnels that offered no tactical advantage whatsoever. "Breaching charges ready, Commander," came the voice of Alpha Team Leader Gaxtor. "Execute." The explosions lit up the night as the Krillian forces punched through the outpost's outer walls. Zethkar expected screams, panic, the usual chaos that accompanied their raids. Instead, his tactical display showed something odd. The humans weren't running. They were taking positions. "Alpha Team report," Zethkar barked. Static crackled through the comm before Gaxtor's voice came through, strained. "Sir, the humans, they're not fighting like civilians. They know what they're doing." Through the helmet feeds, Zethkar watched his warriors advance through the facility's corridors. The humans had indeed taken defensive positions, but their weapons seemed inadequate. Standard projectile firearms, nothing that should trouble Krillian battle armor. Then the first trap activated. A section of corridor floor gave way, and 3 of his warriors plummeted into what appeared to be a pit lined with crystalline formations. Their screams cut through the comm channels as the crystals began to glow with an ominous blue light. "What are those formations?" Zethkar demanded. "Unknown, sir. The crystals appear to be disintegrating their armor." Before Zethkar could process this information, his tactical display erupted with alerts. Beta Team had triggered another trap, a gas that somehow ate through their environmental seals. Gamma Team found themselves in a corridor where the walls themselves had become weapons, firing superheated plasma bursts from hidden emplacements. "This isn't a research station," Vexim whispered, his voice filled with dawning horror. "It's a fortress." Dr. Sarah Chen watched the alien invaders through, her security feeds a grim smile playing across her lips. She'd been stationed on Kepler 442c for 3 years, long enough to understand that this remote outpost wasn't what it appeared to be. "Colonel Morrison was right," she murmured to her companion, a grizzled ex-Marine named Jake Rodriguez. "They always go for the isolated targets first." Jake nodded, checking his weapon for the 3rd time. "Good thing we've had 2 years to prepare this place. Those crystals your team harvested make for some interesting defensive applications." The outpost had been designated as a canary station, deliberately made to look vulnerable to draw out potential threats. Every researcher stationed here was actually military personnel in disguise, and every corridor, every room, every seemingly innocent mining tunnel had been converted into a death trap. Delta Team is requesting immediate extraction, came another panicked voice through Zethkar's comm. The humans have some kind of... The walls are moving, sir. The whole structure is reconfiguring itself. Zethkar felt his confidence crumbling. This was supposed to be a simple raid, but his forces were being systematically eliminated by what should have been a defenseless research outpost. The humans had somehow turned their entire facility into a weapon. Sir, Vexim's voice was barely a whisper now. Long-range sensors are detecting multiple human ships dropping out of hyperspace, a lot of them. Through the main view screen, Zethkar watched as the night sky filled with the angular silhouettes of human warships. They'd been waiting, hidden, beyond the system's edge, ready to spring their own trap. A communication channel opened, and a human face appeared on his display, middle-aged, weathered, with eyes that held no mercy. "This is Admiral Rebecca Torres of the Terran Defense Force," the human said calmly. "Commander Zethkar, I presume? We've been monitoring your communications. I want to thank you for providing us with such detailed intelligence on Krillian assault. Tactics. Zethkar's blood ran cold. They'd been listening the entire time. You see, Commander," Admiral Torres continued, "we humans have a saying, give them enough rope to hang themselves. This outpost has been broadcasting detailed sensor data on your ships, your weapons, your tactics, directly to our fleet command for the past 6 months. Every raid you've conducted, every vulnerable target you've hit, we've been watching, learning, preparing." The tactical display showed human ships moving into attack formation around the Shadow Claw. Zethkar realized with growing terror that he wasn't just outnumbered, he was completely outmatched. "The thing about humans, Commander," Torres said, her voice carrying across the void, "is that we don't just fight. We think, we plan. We turn our weaknesses into strengths and our defenses into weapons. That little outpost you just invaded, it's been sending us everything. Your ship configurations, your battle algorithms, even the frequency of your shield harmonics." Below, on the planet's surface, the surviving Krillian warriors found themselves trapped in corridors that shifted and changed, hunted by humans who knew every inch of their own deadly maze. The crystalline formations that had seemed like simple mining operations revealed themselves as sophisticated energy weapons, powered by the planet's unique geology. Zethkar looked at his tactical display one final time. Of the 4 assault teams he'd deployed, fewer than a dozen warriors remained alive, and they were trapped in a facility that seemed designed specifically to kill his species. "Surrender now," Admiral Torres offered, "and your surviving troops will be treated according to the Galactic Conventions on Prisoners of War. Continue this assault, and we'll demonstrate why humans don't just build research stations. We build monuments to overconfidence." As warning shots from the human fleet lit up space around his ship, Zethkar finally understood the truth that would soon spread throughout the Krillian Empire. Humans didn't just defend their territory. They turned it into a weapon, and anyone foolish enough to attack them would find themselves caught in a trap years in the making. The outpost below continued its grim work, each corridor and chamber serving as a lesson in human tactical thinking. Patient, methodical, and absolutely ruthless when threatened.